Willow Creek Springs presents Healthy Living with your host, Joe Grumbine.
All right, buddy. All right, so I'll set this here so we get a good audio from it. This
And
here,
then the tripod.
so we can.
So you're prepared for me.
Yeah, I've done this a couple of times.
Okay.
And we got a nice little background behind us. One day I'll get a better camera, but this works good enough. Okay. Looks all right.
Mhm. Right.
Yeah, a little bit over here. Let me put the table a little closer. Actually, we don't really. I can put the table over here. That way we can.
No, sounds good.
That looks good. All right, let's.
Oh, sorry.
I can cut off the beginning.
Mhm.
Edit it up a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm here with Thaddeus Wicki, and Thaddeus and I have been working together for a little over a year now.
Over a year? That's
And
not right.
when we originally connected, my fundraiser, Liz McDuffie, reached out and we were looking to set some kind of a program up. And before we get started, why don't you just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your background?
Well, thank you, Joe, for kind of inviting me here again to your place, which is a lovely place. When I first came here, I must say I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't know that here in the area where I work, which is Paris, and Paris City, and it was a very pleasant surprise to find such a place. So thank you for inviting me again. I have been a couple of times here, but always enjoyed the visit here. So yes, I'm Thaddeus Wicki, and it is a pleasure to meet you.
Absolutely.
To see you again today.
Right.
And so yes, I'm Thaddeus Wicki, and I'm responsible for behavioral health clinic here in Paris for the Riverside University Health System. So, and I have been here in Paris, I must say, for over 20 years.
Okay.
Running this clinic, behavioral health clinic.
Keep going.
And as I said earlier, I didn't know that Paris has such a place, that area that is so nice, beautiful, and that now we can actually here use it for our clients, our patients. So
Exactly.
that's fantastic. So
yeah. Your background, I mean, you've got a lot of experience in your field, but tell us a little bit about where you come from.
Yes, I have been in this field for 25, 27 years. So my education is in psychology. I'm my education psychologist. So I have been in this field for quite some time. I have been working in various areas, but the longest has been Paris Behavioral Health Clinic or Mental Health Clinic, where I spent majority of my time. I also have some other connections. I teach a little bit, and do also have my private involvement with clients. So I've been doing that for quite some time, but the most kind of the most amazing is how much lately there is again rediscovery of nature in psychology, basically, I would say, or in mental health.
Right.
And especially I think it's so relevant now for us, or for everybody, not just for the people here that we serve at Paris Mental Health Clinic, but particular for them too, but for us as a people to be reconnected with nature. That
Absolutely.
has such a healing and effect on everybody's mind, because we as our society kind of evolves, progresses, we get detached from nature. We are so much involved in technology, and which is electronics, media, social media,
Right.
and forget that nature has such a healing and wellness effect on our minds and our bodies, and not only psychological mind, but also
It's good
physical
for
mind.
everything.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes.
I think that, one of the things that I've noticed, from when I was a kid growing up, we were outside all the time.
Mhm.
We'd get up in the morning, my mom would say, get outside, and we'd just stay outside and play, or go to a neighbor's house, always outside. And I think kids today and adults, everybody, it seems like people are inside a lot more, and we didn't have any electronic distractions. We had toys and things, but there wasn't a box to look at. And then I think with the social media, I think people's like whole community and a lot of the physical or the emotional connections people make, they're detached from the three-dimensional part of it. Like when we were growing up, you went to somebody's house and you became friends or not. If you had an issue, you tussled it out or not, whatever, but it was always three-dimensional and in real time. And now people, everybody's clicking on keyboards and you can have all these emotional experiences without ever interacting with a human being.
A very accurate, Joe, observation. I think that's what it is today. We are so much into electronic, and therefore continuously our brains are either affected by what we see. So I call it like it is something like a pollution, if you will, that has the effect on our emotional and cognitive mind, that we continuously worry about something, reading maybe perhaps news or comparing ourselves to something.
Right.
It has this negative effect.
Destructive effect, I think.
Yeah, because it induces an anxiety, preoccupation, insomnia, and also as we read, especially like now, there's a good research that shows that if you want to have the restful night, that you should at least an hour before you go to sleep disconnect from the blue light or social media, so that you can disconnect. So I think the nature has, such as we said, upbringing and being connected. That was the benefit. Kids used to play in the sand, touching ground, and
barefoot, getting wet and muddy, and all that
experiencing
stuff.
dirt and building up their immune system. So that's a very very accurate. I just may add, I have mentioned about initially about my educational background and which I'm proud of, and also that I'm still involved in teaching education. But I also want to mention to you that I have a hiking group.
Oh, no way.
Yes,
Wow.
that I run like twice a month. Likely, I organize a hiking group. I have like about typically 8 to 12 people come with me on a hiking trips in local mountain areas, various places that we hike, kind of just about 12, 15 miles each time. So, and I call that nature bathing, because that allows me, I may come, or the people that hike with me, they may come back home tired, but they all say it was refreshing and restful, and I recharge my batteries.
Absolutely.
So absolutely, it's very
there's
positive.
been a number of studies that have been done that document exactly what you're saying. That in Japan they do that a lot. They have this whole system of going out and getting these retreats and just being outside. And we have built this garden and I live in it. So but one thing I noticed is I don't get sick. I haven't been sick in more than 10 years. I didn't get the COVID. I didn't get anything. And it's not that I'm immune to being sick. I find myself being outside a lot and not necessarily around a lot of people in closed areas. I'm sure has a lot to do with it, but just being outside, catching some sunlight. I sleep really good every night. And I think that those are things that when I discovered it works, I just decided I wanted to share it, and I let other people, find this. And when people are hikers and outdoorsmen, they already know that. That's why, a lot of people do have a love for the outdoors because they get that from it and they know it. But more and more, like, it seems like when we were kids, everybody went camping. Everybody, it's just part of everybody's experience.
The outdoor
You go on the
experience.
outdoor, you go on the road trip, you go, you
Mhm.
just get out there. And nowadays, I don't think it's so much a part of everybody's life. So I think it's really important. And so when you came out here originally, we took a walk around, and it was, you actually brought a pretty decent group, and we all just talked about, what my thoughts were about how this place could be helpful, that there would be some kind of a program we could develop. And why don't you take it from there, like where your side of this was?
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity, and not only just me, but especially for the people that we serve here at the Paris Behavioral Health Clinic. We have just above probably between 1,000 or 1,100 clients or
Wow.
patients that we serve. So we have it's a rather
Didn't realize it was so large.
clinic
Nice.
that serves so many people. And to be very frank, when I initially got the contact, I was a little bit skeptical,
Sure.
how our our working relationship or cooperation or connection will go.
Right.
Because you never know sometimes what to expect,
Right.
how it can turn, how you will receive us, how we will receive, the
Mhm.
clients, whether that will make some provide some benefits or
Right.
will provide encouragement for clients. And however, shortly after we started, I noticed that there was a great interest in us. We have now organized ecotherapy group.
Yes.
So it is basically so the perspective was to offer to clients, any clients essentially, but especially those who suffer from who experience anxiety, who have post-traumatic stress disorders, who have depression, and maybe with some other. I know that some other of our patients' clients benefit, even those who have schizophrenia
Sure.
and other disorders. So they are benefiting because they are getting in, they are able to put distance a little bit from what they are continuously experiencing, which means some symptoms, and basically be able to be more grounded,
Mhm.
disconnect from their heads, their symptoms,
All right.
and to be more in the moment, here and now, because
Right.
that's the key. Sometimes we are too much. All of us are a little bit
Oh, stuck in
too
our
much
brains.
in our heads,
Right.
as the saying goes. If you are too much in your head, you are dead.
Yes.
And that's a maybe cliche, but there is something to that. So going back to our program that we have created at the clinic with your help. So we have, as you know, weekly a group comes with two of my staff,
Right.
and they help the client to. They have a specific. Now we have a specific program that have extended from 8 to now to 10 weeks.
Yeah.
It is a closed-ended group, meaning that the same people who start, they finish, they go
Right.
there, and then next group
Then
starts.
more people get a
And
chance to be part
more
of it.
people to have, we give opportunity. And since our inception of this group, we have continuously have enough interest and even have a waiting list
Nice.
now that our clients who want to participate, because they are hearing from
Word
other
gets out.
yes, they are hearing from other others are hearing from those who are participating, and they want to come here. So it benefits. And as we already mentioned, it is the ability to be in a nature which is so much now missing, and especially with I believe with our clients, some of them are living in room and board facilities, or board and care facilities, or have private residencies, but frequently they do not have the opportunity, or they have not discovered yet
Right.
the opportunity to be connected with nature, and so that gives them that. And as now, they are even have the opportunity to plant some,
Right.
put some.
Become a part of this
Yes,
place.
yeah, part of the place. Plant some vegetables and see it grow. So I believe it gives them the sense of purpose. Also. Not only that they can be, they can practice mindfulness here, that they can they can practice some grounding techniques here, and that they can discover gratitude, but also purposefulness, which I think
Absolutely.
is so needed for every human being to have purpose. Purpose is okay. That gives you the drive.
Exactly.
If I don't have, yeah, exactly. That makes them obviously much more hopeful, which is essential to recovery from mental health.
Absolutely.
That's the spark. People, if a person
with a little
loses
hope, you can do anything.
exactly. You can.
Without it, it's almost impossible.
So I am very very pleased what I see here. What happens with those who are participating here in a program and come to your place here. So I can only speak in superlatives
I love that. Well,
and about this place and about what we have now together mutually have developed.
Absolutely. So we're finishing our third session now, right?
I think it is more than that, maybe. But
I think we did 1 8-week session, then we did a second one in the middle of summer that was a little not as many people were there, but then this last one has been really full, and I think it got extended to 10 weeks.
Yes.
And I think that she said the next one, we're not going to have a gap between it. So we're going to go right into the fourth one, I think. I could be wrong. It could be, there could be another one in there, but initially, so when we got this thing started, like we went probably about 6 months from the time that you came out here, and we were trying to figure out what we were going to do. And then we had to get signed up with the county and all that stuff. And then once we got started, like we've only been connected. This is third or fourth time we've actually been together. Right. And throughout this, your staff and people have been in and out of here. And there's been primarily the two. There's been a few others that have come and gone, but for the most part, I'm working with two of your staff people. When this first program started, like, I don't know whether other types of programs that you guys have or different types of sessions you do or whatever, but did you notice anything at all? Like when this first group came and the first 2 or 3 sessions, what was your experience with that in just dealing with the clients?
From the very beginning, I must say that I noticed, number one, I noticed some excitement.
Yeah.
That people will reporting, and some of them I talk individually to some of the people that are participating. They made a point because I'm present throughout the clinic, and some clients I know well personally, and so they did not hesitate to come and tell me that how good it is, and they were expressing that, oh, I hope the clinic will continue this. Nice. That is not just a temporary program. Right. That we will go beyond just the first 8 weeks, and they will continue. As you know, we have continued so far. Right. And so, yes, it took us a little bit to develop the program, because we just didn't want to come and to just roam around. Right. and do something, but we wanted to kind of identify and develop a purpose. What was the objective of? Because we have a very, obviously, we want to always kind of have that kind of a objective purpose that we want to achieve, that would benefit the client. So we kind of a developed program. The program obviously consists of now will be existing of 8 sessions, basically. Nice. So these are not just some kind of a field trip and let's do something. Right. No, they have specific goal to achieve. And so this is the Ecotherapy group is one of the many programs, many groups that we provide. So I don't necessarily need to maybe mention all of them, but for example, we have the dialectical behavioral therapy group that is being done. Then we have modern living. Then we have recovery management. Nice. We have mastering anxiety. So there are a variety of groups, and that fits in the the ecotherapy fits well with in the menu or the what the clinic has to provide, the variety.
Right.
Because obviously there is a need for variety, because it cannot be just one group that covers all. So that's this way it is beneficial. For some clients something else is appealing, for others because of what they're experiencing, that group may be appealing. So from the very beginning, so I noticed that the clients, those who are participating, they truly are more engaging now.
Yes.
They stay more engaged in therapy, not only in therapy, but also with the psychiatric appointments, the doctors, because the clinic has 6 doctors,
Wow.
psychiatrists.
Okay.
So all the clients, so they not just not come just for the group, but they also are seeing the psychiatrists, and the psychiatrists are telling me that there's a better engagement and
Nice.
response. The clients seem to be doing much better. They are reporting improvements with their mood,
Wow.
with their sleep, and overall life satisfaction.
Oh, that's
So something that
fantastic.
we want to see. Mhm.
And mental health, it's such a big word, right? I mean, I kind of have fun with the people that are here because I say, look, this is my therapy too. So whatever, I don't care what your problem is. We all got the problems, and hopefully we're all working on them. So, when you come to a situation where somebody's got an acute enough problem that says, hey, we need to work on this because it's an issue, you generally have lots of different types of symptoms that go throughout everything. Things like not following through, not showing up, not being engaged or not communicating, all of the things that, when our mental health declines, we retreat back into this place generally, or we lash out and have other kind of problems. But I'm wondering, like, with certain programs, I know it's like work to a lot of people. You got to go to the appointment, you got to go do your thing. Even if you're getting benefit from it, it's like going to the gym. Most people don't really enjoy working out, but they like how they feel afterwards, so they do it. And some people stay with it religiously, other people, yeah, you come and go. So I'm wondering, I mean, I know some people have ordered mental health treatments that they have to comply with certain things, and a lot of people have elective things. But what's your thoughts about, just the amount of retention, the amount of, where people are wanting to stick with a program?
Yeah, good point that you are bringing. We kind of touched on that a little bit, or here I have mentioned that, use the word purposefulness. Our life, especially every human being's life, has to do with purposefulness. For example, and unfortunately, many times, including myself, we can go by defaulting. What I mean by defaulting is that we're all prone to have a mood changes. Now, of course, maybe my mood doesn't, or yours doesn't fluctuate so much as some of the people that we serve, meaning that because they have mental health disorders. So it might be an anxiety, maybe depression, and or bipolar disorder, and some psychiatry. So the mood will fluctuate much more. And therefore it is much easier to become hopeless and defaulting. For example, I can wake up in the morning, maybe I didn't have a good sleep night, and I may drag myself off the bed and say, oh my gosh, miserable. Now I'm gonna have miserable day, and because I know I have so much on my schedule. Or so that's and if I continue with that kind of a state of mind, I'm telling myself that yes, I'm gonna have miserable day. So these are my thoughts, so that will stay with me, or I can default to that state of mind, or I can be purposeful. I can say, no, I'm refusing to go that way. Oh, I'm gonna give myself maybe high five in the front of the mirror, and I'm deciding I will have a wonderful day. I'm gonna have a great day. So because we know that thoughts, every thought that we have, it is not just some kind of a nothing.
Right.
It's not just air. Every thought, you and I, that we have, and the billions of people upon this earth, they have physical thoughts have physical property to
You're
them.
making this world the way it is.
If I have a positive thoughts, my brain secretes a positive chemical. There's serotonin, perhaps more secretion.
Mhm.
If I have negative thoughts, I have worrisome thoughts. My body suffers in cortisol, and so I'm building up the resistance. I'm building up the tension, and so if the longer I stay with this, I'm creating toxic minds. So
Right.
if the clients, if they can kind of disconnect from the negative, perhaps by coming here, by engaging with the program here and many other groups, that affords them to become more purposeful. They therefore disconnects them from the negativity. And so if I am less negative, likely I'm more hopeful. If I'm more hopeful, I will engage in treatment. I will improve my so to say compliance. Maybe that's not the best word, compliance, but I will be more collaborative
Right.
with the treatment overall, including psychiatric intervention.
Sure.
So overall, that's the purpose. No,
I love it.
There's kind of a certain, this type of all wraparound kind of approach to mental health.
Well, I am just completely ecstatic about how this has gone, because when we started this nonprofit in January of 2023, my vision was maybe a little different. I thought that this could be a part of it, but I had different types of programs in mind. And then when my fundraiser reached out and says, well, it's all about health. And I was thinking, different types of practitioners and things like that. But once the notion came to me, I says, oh, that'd be perfect. It seems like it would be, it would really, sometimes you have a vision and it's not really clear. You sort of have a purpose, but you're not sure how you're going to get there. And there's a lot of ways that you could get there. And so then all of a sudden, some component comes in and it kind of like casts a light on the potential and possibility. And I think when we had that conversation and we were walking around, I was kind of telling you the same thing. I'm like, I'm not sure what we can do, but I know we can do something. And it really seems like it's brought to life a lot of the potential that this program and our Gardens of Hope program has been able to do. And we've opened up additional types of programs, but I'm really pleased that your clinic has embraced this, and it seems more and more like this is going to be an ongoing part of what you guys offer and what we offer as well. What's your thoughts about the future?
Yes, this is, I hope that our relationship will develop and continue develop, and that we will even enhance it with more opportunities or creating and
Sky's the limit.
will grow, the connection here. As at the beginning, I mentioned that I was perhaps a little bit skeptical, not because I didn't trust you,
Sure. We
but
didn't know each other.
we didn't know. I didn't know how this will be received.
We hadn't done it before either.
Exactly. This is uncharted somewhat territory,
Right.
if you will, for me and perhaps even for you.
Exactly.
And so, but yet I have now discovered and see it, how much benefit it generates for those who participate. So I hope that we will continue for years to come.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and even go with expanding that.
I would love that as well.
And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for you and people like you that they have the vision.
Right.
They find a way to benefit the community, and especially if I can even throw something about the community here, Paris community, surrounding area. It's not the most affluent community in
people think about County. Paris and they don't think about it's not Beverly Hills. It's not
associated with wealth and affluence, and therefore many people are deprived that be doing something that is meaningful, something that they can enjoy, and that provides that opportunity. Because as you imagine, if somebody who is living in a board and care room and board facility, typically they are spending the whole day there, just walking maybe from their room to the kitchen to living room, maybe go outside a little bit.
Not much to
maybe
look
not
to.
much to look forward, except maybe watching television or playing video games. But here brings different dimensions. So I'm Joe. I am very, very pleased and grateful and hope that will continue.
I can see that happening. Well, Thaddeus, thank you so
You're very
much.
welcome, sir.
I'm just really
Uh-huh.
pleased, and I'm looking forward to the ecotherapy program growing and blossoming.
Very kind of you.
All right.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
Excellent. All right, that was great.
Yeah, was long enough.
No, it's just right.
Yeah.